Hi witches! So today I wanted to kind of, just have a talky video. I know yesterday was also kind of a talky video because I was like just talking about myself and being a little bit of a narcissist, but I digress. Um, Today I wanted to talk, I know we talked about during the waxing crescent phase, the idea of being like a solitary witch and like how that can be difficult and how it has helped me and my experience with it. But I'd like to talk and like address now on the opposite side, being in the waxing moon phase when we're expanding, being in a coven or a group setting when you're practicing magic. Now, at this point in my life, I do not have a whole lot of experience with it. I have practiced in one sacred circle and we had a meetup yesterday, which was really, really fun. But even just being in like pagan communities online, I have found a lot of fellowship. I have found friends through like even like witch talk, which I know is like a taboo subject. But I have made a couple friends on there, which is like really nice. And just everyone that I've talked to has been relatively supportive and like positive. But I think when I'm coming into it with a positive attitude, it's like hard to be an asshole to someone who's just like, hi, I really like your stuff. Because I have a lot of respect for like a lot of the witches that I see on there who have really beautiful practices. That goes for like Instagram and Facebook as well. But like within my local community, I have found a really, really great like group of pagans that I was not expecting to find. So when we sat down and practiced for Midsummer, it was definitely a very different experience for me. There was a lot of energy that I needed to ground a lot more than I needed to, or that I need to when I'm practicing alone. So I was not ready for that. And I think that like I really liked working in a group setting. I look forward to working in group settings further. But I never think that's going to be like the only time I practice magic. Like I think I'm always going to be kind of a solitary witch, or maybe have like a small group of people. But I think that there's something to be said about having your own personal practice and like practicing magic on your own outside of a group setting. I think that is kind of, at least for me, fundamental to my craft. I have learned a lot from people. I have encountered a lot of different types of pagans, which is really, really interesting and cool. Around here and in the local sphere, it's a lot more like Wicca based and very kind of like centered around female energies, which is great. Like, don't get me wrong. But it's very much about like the mother, the maiden, and the crone, which I don't necessarily like adhere to or use as an archetype in my practice, but it's still something that I can like respect. And in the group setting, I actually kind of like it becomes very healing. And I think that, I don't know, this is gonna sound terrible, but like a lot of the people are a lot older than I am. So like I am definitely by far like some of the youngest person. Like at Midsummer, I was the youngest by like 5 years or something like that. So which is not a bad thing. I'm not trying to be like these old women. Like it's not that. It's just that I hang out with people in their 30s anyways. So like I'm just constantly the youngest person. But anyways, it was a really healing like energy to be around. There were a lot of like moms there, and like that maternal energy was like obviously very present. I don't know how to explain that, but there's definitely like an energy that moms give off. At least like the moms that I was surrounded with, like they're all really great. So that was like really beautiful and like really healing, and I really enjoyed that. And I think that aspect to practicing within a group is like really sacred and really special. So it was nice to be able to come together as a group and make something happen. Like it was just cool. And like I manifested some stuff on Midsummer in the group ritual, and let me tell you that it's amazing. So I'm like very happy about that. I really enjoyed it, and I look forward to working with it more. I'd like to kind of like give my thoughts at the end of the year when I've gotten like a couple more group rituals out, like under my belt, because I don't really feel like I'm qualified to really talk about it. But from my one and only experience, it was actually really awesome, and I look forward to celebrating Lunasa with everyone on the 1st. So hopefully I'll be able to get some footage from that. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's going to be a really big gathering. Like so far I'm already counting on like 20 to 30 people showing up. So which in comparison to like our 6 from last time, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like crazy. So yeah, be careful what you wish for, I guess. So I hope this video kind of like gave a good idea of like my experience in a group setting. I know like a lot of witches these days are kind of solitary, which I think is great. And again, I don't think that's ever going to leave my practice. I like practicing my own various things because I am a control freak. but that experience working in a group setting was really, really awesome. And I encourage people to seek that out if that's something that you are interested in. That being said, if it's not something that works for you, if you go and you decide you don't ever want to go again, that's perfectly fine too. No one's gonna judge you. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video when we're talking about our next moon phase. Yay! Bye.